We are tougher than the times we live in, and we are bigger than our politics have been. So let's meet the moment. Let's get to work, and let's show the world once again why the United States of America remains the greatest nation on earth.
Well, a $447 billion jobs proposal from President Obama, the American Jobs Act, but does it really address what business owners need to hire? Let's ask Jeff Joerres, the CEO of Manpower, one of the world's biggest staffing companies. So, Jeff, your initial reaction to the president's proposal, at least as much as we know so far ahead of the legislation coming next week.
Well, I think it's what we expected, because there's only so much you can do. So when you look at, the creativity content of it, you actually don't want too much creativity in it, because those things are so unproven. If you look at what was discussed and what was put into the plan, there are things that have been done before. You can debate whether they worked or not, but it's a solid kind of balanced plan on both sides right now.
What do you think the most critical part is that will hopefully spur mass hiring? And what do you think is in it that is just too optimistic to get through this Congress?
Well, I would say a couple things. One is we should be realistic about what it actually can do. When it comes down to it, the only way to really create massive amounts of hiring and bring that 9.1% down to something more reasonable is sustainable demand for that product and service. This is not going to create that. What this will create is, over the next probably 4 to 5 months, as some of those infrastructure projects put in place, yes, there will be a knock-on effect of employment through the market. So I think there's some good things in here, but we should not be waiting for this to really bolster or reduce the unemployment in any kind of rapid fashion or in any kind of massive amount.
But that's exactly what the administration hopes will happen from this. And listening to the president, it sounds like the administration is optimistic that this will significantly bring down unemployment rather rapidly. You're saying what it doesn't do is it doesn't spark demand. Is there anything that could be proposed, that could be done from the government standpoint, that would spur demand?
Well, there were some issues, or not issues, there were some subjects that were talked about within there. One of them was to ease regulation, get confidence back, talk about how we are a place of innovation, get some of those technical schools putting out some of the right kinds of talents, because we do have a talent mismatch. Mm-hmm. These things are all important. None of them offer us kind of that shot of adrenaline that we'd like to see affect the third quarter, or for that matter, the fourth quarter of this year.
Do you think that this proposal will spur big corporations to hire, or is it really more aimed at small businesses in this country, which do add more than half of the jobs?
Yes, no doubt about it. I mean, that small, medium-sized business is the driver of growth. Having said that, it's the large companies who set the pace for the economic tone of the country. They are the ones who are creating that demand for the products and services as well as the consumer. So you need a balance, and I think the simplification of tax, I think the focus on small, medium-sized businesses is right on. It's the speed and the simplicity in which this could be implemented or not will really kind of make it work to some degree or make it not work at all. That's really what is required right now.
You talk to CEOs around the world that are responsible ultimately for hiring, not just in big companies, but in small and medium-sized companies. In your opinion, was there anything missing from the president's address that they would have liked to hear that would have really encouraged them to hire? Was there any key thing missing?
It's about the simplicity and speed and let business run. We've heard about it many, many times, and it's kind of that intangible. But every time we talk to a client, whether they're small or medium-sized, they are worried about what else is coming, the uncertainty, how much administration, how much regulation. So there were some hints of that, but I think a real commitment to say we are going to move rapidly and fast. We are going to not negate the health and safety of individuals, which was talked about last night, but we've got to simplify. That's what businesses are looking for.